Good morning, comic book fans. Welcome back to Comics in 5 Minutes. I am your ever-loving host, Shorty. And I wasn't sure about reviewing this one because I've read some Punchline things in the past. And I can't remember if I've actually reviewed them or not. But in the end, I thought, you know what, this is first of an ongoing rather than like a backstory in Joker or a one-shot special, so why not just give it a go and see what happens. I'm going to talk with the artwork first. It's Gleb Melnikov, I believe is the gentleman's name. And he is really good at what he does. But it does come with this like caveat, unfortunately, because he's really good at doing action sequences, understated action. In fact, you get lots of really nice quick cuts. The brutality is understated, but certainly there. Really nice framing of paneling. Like there's an awful lot of really nice POV shots, including one excellent one, which is clearly some guy filming something on a camera on widescreen, and you even get to see him holding the wand for it. There's lots of really nice, well thought out things like that, and he does add an awful lot to the story. But unfortunately, I think his stylistic choices tend towards the more standard superheroic fare of most DC comics, which unfortunately for Punchline, particularly this issue of Punchline, doesn't feel like it does it justice. Yes, there are costume characters and they do look amazing. His character design is fantastic. It does feel like the writing by Teeny and Blake Howard tends to the more nuanced, grounded, realistic take on Gotham City. And this is kind of put out there really effectively in just a few key scenes. For a start, we have somebody doing what is a kind of poverty tourism. Get the impression he's a middle-class kid who's trying to be an influencer on social media, and he's basically taken his camera, the excellent white shot I mentioned earlier, and gone to an underground gig, basically under the bridge in Bowery, where it is specifically extreme. The writing of the lyrics for this song, actually, I don't know if this song actually exists, or if it's just the two writers creating something, but the way it's delivered is almost one entire word, just like spat out, like with absolute intensity. But the lyrical content and how it works in my head, it's really, really effective. But anyway, the poverty tourism. Yes, this is a guy who's been told to go to this gig by his followers. You get the impression he's probably gone to a few live music events, but this is him trying to do that like really grungy, down and out kind of thing. And he engages with people in ways which really show that he doesn't belong there. And eventually he gets the snot beaten out of him. What's surprising about this is that it's slightly more nuanced than just a wealthy kid going to a poor area and getting mugged. He is live streaming what's going on. He doesn't turn his phone off at any point, and that includes him seeing some people, filming some people, in fact, taking illicit substances, which is what you'd expect in this kind of gig. In fact, I've been to far more savoury gigs than Under the Bridges, and I've seen people taking illicit substances. You don't film that kind of stuff. It's not cool. But some of the guys who have been caught on camera are on parole, and this would break the terms of their parole, including who they're with and where they are, so they go for this guy. Now, yes, you can still say that they were on parole, they shouldn't be doing this kind of thing, and their response was OTT and a sign of criminality. But the fact that they had an actual genuine reason to do it, it's not just a guy with a camera, we are poor, let us attack him and take his things so they are our things. It does show there's more thought being put into this. The second scene, which is I think the third scene of the comic book, is again another far more affluent people. In fact, this is two people of colour in what I can only assume is a long-term trusting relationship, who have managed that rarest of events, and they have managed to hunt down a unicorn. There are some people who know exactly what I mean when I say that, some people who may not, but this video kind of goes out to a wide audience, so I don't particularly want to get into the details of it, but they're a loving, trusting couple who get on with each other very, very well, and are looking to experiment and try things out. What's quite nice about this is, not only does it show this kind of like really genuine relationship happening, it doesn't racialize sexuality in a way that some writing does. It just shows them as being a couple. And yes, they are affluent, and yes, they are a little bit in their own little ruts, and again playing kind of dangerously with who they invite as their unicorn. But there's also wonderful things of, if this is going to carry on, we really need to get you a parking pass. The homeowners association have no quit. I mean, they are clearly playing with this idea that who they are is far more wealthy and well-to-do, which again is not what you expect for people of that colour in comic books or in media generally. There's an awful lot of little bits like that throughout it. It does feel like there is a genuine attempt made to show nuanced characters who are interesting for reasons not because of their social status or their gender or their ethnicities. They are just characters who exist in a wider world, and their response to the world kind of comes across from how they're treated and how they're expected to be treated and how people expect them to behave. People doing what's good for them or what's good for their partners compared to what's good for the society. Unfortunately, it does fall down a little bit with the fact that Punchline is effectively just going for drug pushing, but even then there is some nuance to it. She is showing off her genius level intellect by playing within the rules, and there is something to be said about what the people who control drug policy are trying to actually control. It does also definitely have some Batman and Catwoman elements to it. It doesn't ignore the fact that it's in Gotham City. I think that would be selling it short, but it does so much more with it than just being a place where people in costumes fight or commit crimes. It shows that there is more to these people, and their motivations might not be what you think, and I really like that this is a big, big swing that's been taken. It may not land for you, it may be trying too much, you may want something a bit more simplistic, and the artwork feels like it is more in the superhero side of things rather than the down-to-earth side of things, but overall, I actually really like this, a lot more than I was expecting to, based on some of the Punchline stuff I've read. That's it for now. I may come back and do another one later on today. There's a lot that's come out this week, and I'm not entirely sure if I'll have time to do all the review all the things I want to, so make sure you hit the like and subscribe kind of thing so you don't miss out on anything, but until I see you again, look after each other, everyone. Stay safe. Bye.